The Highest Point Podcast.
Yo, welcome to the Highest Point Podcast. We're gonna get straight into it today. We're gonna get into this hot topic that's going on right now with the Fresh and Fit podcast. They are under fire right now. They're under serious fire because of what went down and how he said it. And we're just gonna get real deep into the details of it. And it's three different parts that stuck out to me, to be real. One part I understood. Second part, I can't rock with. And then the third part is the interesting part, because this is not what a lot of people are talking about, the third part. But the first two, that's what's really getting it some rounds, but this third part really stuck out to me, so make sure you stick around so you can hear this insight, because I believe it went over about 90% of the people's heads, and I believe it's something that we all got to really, really talk about and help you understand the mindset of certain individuals once you hear them. But now let's get to the part I can't fuck with. The audience, I'm sure, like, they did a lot of research and they pulled up these old clips. And oh man, when they pull out them old clips, you better be ready. Y'all better make sure you clean your doorstep, because they coming. And with this old clip, it's pulled up something that was very, very interesting and very, very insightful. Once I gave it a listen. But anyway, like, when they was talking, he was talking about these two black guys was talking about how they don't date black women. They had all these little pun jokes and whatnot, saying, I don't get down with the brown. I don't dabble in the dark. I'm not a night rider.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay. So last,
all type of stuff. Like, what in the world? Like y'all been saying this a lot. Like, this stuff is well thought through. Y'all been talking about this for years. Just like how they were just regurgitating this stuff. And then another clip was just showing them saying, it's a black girl that was on their podcast amongst a few other, white girls and different cultures. He was saying how he don't date black girls because most of them are annoying, most of them are ratchet, and most of them do not know how to be reserved. And he was telling this black girl, and you're nothing like those stereotypes that he's used to.
Yeah, baby. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because like most black girls are like annoying, how to put this, ratchet, and they don't know how to like be reserved. You're like the complete opposite.
You are not the stereotype. You are not the stereotype.
You are not the same. That's awesome.
So we'll give you that compliment.
So but he clearly said most black women are like that, which is utterly ridiculous. You know what I mean? But just how they were saying those things, I really felt like having all that built up in you to say these little sayings and include all these stereotypes. And not alone that these guys are black. One guy is very black. Like, he's super dark skinned. And it feels like it's coming from a place of pain. You know what I mean? Like, they're absolutely wrong, and it's just so stupid, and it don't make sense. But I can tell what they were saying was coming from a place of pain. Like, these dudes, like I said, I could tell they're bright, but it don't seem like before they got their, notoriety with their platform, it don't seem like they got many women, to be real. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And I feel like maybe they had some bad encounters with some black women, such as them declining their offers of conversation or declining them when they asking, for a relationship or something with these ladies. So they just became dismissive. That could be one thing. They may have some mommy issues, like, because I can really tell this comes from a place of pain. Like, I don't know, their parents may have, not their parents, but their mom may have treated them some type of way. Because I have heard some moms call their sons bitches. And if a man heard that, growing up, he's going to feel some type of way about every woman that looks like that. Just like a woman can have trauma from daddy issues. A man can have trauma from mommy issues. So these guys either got some pain from some mommy issues or some pain from rejection that they felt, like growing up in middle school, high school, things like that. So these gentlemen are allowing their pain to consume their whole point of view. And not alone that, they're spreading it because they're growing. So they got to have some, when it comes to it, you got to have some accountability at this point. Since they're growing, they're going to have influence. And some people would just cling on to what they're saying and just call that law. Like, wait, these two black guys said this, so we know it's true about all black women. This came from your own people. Said all you guys are, well, they didn't say all, but most. They said most of you guys are ratchet. Most of you guys don't know how to be reserved. Most of you guys are annoying. Your own people are saying that about you. I mean, these guys got a mother. I don't know. I hope they realize no matter how many white girls they fuck, no matter how many Latina girls they fuck, if they have a baby with them, yo, your baby gonna come out black. You know that, right? So when your ratchet baby girl come out, just make sure you have that same energy. Your annoying baby, your ratchet ass baby. You gonna have that same energy about your daughter? Think about that. You know what I mean? You gonna be cool with that? Like soon as the doctor down there giving birth to your child, they lift up your baby girl, hand your baby girl to you, handing your baby girl to you. Here's your ratchet daughter. Here's your annoying ass daughter. Here's your non-reserved daughter, your loud, attention craving daughter. Listen to that ratchet baby cry. Please shut your ratchet baby up. You gonna be cool with that? Because your daughter gonna be black. I don't care how many white girls you fuck. If they have a baby with you, bro, they gonna be black. Is that how you gonna feel? Probably not. Probably not. So, these guys are coming from a place of pain, man. It's either one of the three, pain from rejection. You know what I mean? They having that pain from mommy issues. Mommy treated them some type of way. Told them they was worthless or something. There's some bad parents out there. It happens in the world. Or they grew up in a certain type of neighborhood where they grew up in a neighborhood where they just heard, either white people bashing black people, making them feel like they was worthless, or making them feel like, you go in this neighborhood, that's where all the ratchet people are, It's one of the three. They grew up in a neighborhood where they just, claim that all black people are this, and they just went along with it, which is just crazy. I know mad reserved black women. I know I had great relationships, with wonderful people. You know what I mean? I mean, it just don't make sense, man. It don't make sense at all. Like, I know way more well-educated and way more well-educated black women than ratchet women. To keep it all real, they got their own businesses, doing their thing. You can't put a blanket over a certain people and say it's all people. You know what I mean? Like, you go to a very small demographic and say, okay, these people are ratchet, so that means all black people are ratchet. You're going to go to 2%, 10% and say it's the whole group? That don't make sense. I know a lot of racist rednecks that was growing up, but I never thought all white people was racist rednecks. I never thought that, because I had more sense than that. Even though there was a place of pain dealing with those, I knew there was some really great white people in the world too. You know what I mean? And one thing I want to make super clear: no one should be. One thing I want to make super clear is everybody can have their preference. And no one should be condemned or treated a certain way because they have a preference. Like, I like what I like. You can't be mad at me because of what I like. You know what I mean? That just don't make sense. That someone's mad at me because of something I like. Now, if that comes with me down in a different race, down in a culture, or saying derogatory things, saying something stereotypical that's just not true, that's different. That comes from a place of malice. But having your preference, having a certain preference, that's not nothing dealing with anything malice. You know, my preference is black women. And I learned that through, growing, trial and error. And not alone that, growing up in life, I grew up in a predominantly, I went to a high school that was predominantly black. I went to a HBCU. I grew up looking at a smart, loving black mother that inspired me. That's what I grew up with. So I had a different idea of black women, for one, but also I dated outside of my race as well. When I was in college and high school, I dated a Honduras woman, mad cool, had a great time. I dated a Cambodian young woman, super cool, great time. I dibbled and dabbled with a white girl before, and through those experiences, I realized, okay, my preference is a black girl, because some of those things that culturalized this didn't complete me when I was with the other ladies. I tried it and it just wasn't for me. Even like simple things when it came to food and stuff like that. Like, I could do this, on occasionally, but I couldn't imagine, having those type of meals. Like too much spice stuff. I be crying out my eyes and shit. I can't handle it. I needed that soul food, what I grew up on. That wasn't their fault. We still, still remain cool. We didn't end on no bad note. But, I just had a dip set because I realized like that's something I can't deal with long term. You know what I mean? I had to be honest with myself and them. But when that comes to a preference, that don't come to me saying something stereotypical about them. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense. It's like I didn't say white girls not my preference because most white girls are racist. Most white girls are blonde and dingy. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't take that approach. And I never had that thought because it's stupid. It don't make sense. I know mad white people, white girls, white men that's super cool, and I rock with them. Just romantically in a long term type of thing, that wouldn't work for me. So they totally fucked up when it came to that. Yeah, I can't get down with them with that. It was disappointing to hear that. The part that I understood with this particular episode with the two hosts, they invited this rapper named Asian Doll. It's a female rapper named Asian Doll. She did not show up on time. From what I'm hearing, she showed up halfway through their podcast segment. I guess they agreed on the time. She didn't come to it later. But, she got there. They still didn't, say nothing to her. They greeted her with a drink or whatever. She sat down, was getting settled in. But then this instance happened. There's about 6 other chicks there as well. So it's like 6 mics or something like lined up with everybody talking or whatever. And far as from the background that I heard, like, there was some sidebar conversations going on. And the main host, he like to have some order, don't like the sidebar conversation, whatever going on while other guests are talking, because that can be a little bit of confusion for the audience when they're listening. So he told the young girls that was talking on the side when someone else was talking, like, hey, I already told you like 5 times, y'all need to chill out. Can you please just be quiet while others talking? And the young lady that walked in that was late, Asian Doll, and she was like, yo, you mean as fuck. And he was like, what you mean I'm mean as fuck? You know what I'm saying? So they went back and forth a little bit, and he was like, you know what, you can get out.
Guys, sidebar conversations, please.
All right. What about
I've told you, this is like, this is like the 5th time I've told you that, right?
Yeah,
6th time.
Like, stop. For real, like, stop.
He mean as fuck.
I'll just keep it real, man.
No,
Like,
but
you
he's
haven't been here,
cool.
so you haven't seen it.
About none of that shit.
Yeah, it's the whole show.
Yeah, she's been doing it the whole show. I'm not mean as fuck. I just have rules. Simple.
All right, go ahead.
It's podcast.
Damn.
What I look for in a man in a
mean
club
ass
that's
nigga.
like approaching me.
Hold on. Excuse me?
You mean?
I'm not mean at all.
Okay, I don't care.
Have you been here the whole time?
No.
All right, then. So you don't know what was
I
happening,
don't
right?
give a fuck.
Okay, then. So how you going to come on somebody's show, not know what go down, and say, oh, you're mean?
It don't matter. I can say what I want.
Okay, well, you can get the fuck off the show, too.
I don't give a
Man,
Get off the show,
chill,
too.
man.
What?
Chill out, bro.
Listen, don't do my baby like
Nah,
that.
you can go.
Chill, chill. She ain't gotta
You're not
go.
going to come on the platform disrespectful.
Nah, chill, bro. She ain't gotta go nowhere.
No, she
chill.
could go.
Chill, bro.
I don't have to.
Chill.
Come on, baby. We don't have to be this
don't
mean.
give
We
a
can
fuck.
all be.
Listen.
Come on.
Chill out, bro.
Let's calm
I'm
down.
sorry.
He's hot. I'm calm.
No, I'm
good.
very calm, but it's like, bro, you got to show a little bit
Okay,
of respect
bro,
on the platform.
It's
is
cool,
respect.
bro.
You talking about some other
Chill.
shit. I say you mean. It is what it is. What the fuck you want me to say?
That's
You
not the truth,
mean,
though.
You mad about I said mean? You grown as hell.
Well,
Yeah, well.
Okay.
But first you said you don't even know what's going on, and you calling me mean. He was like, yo, you're not even respecting my platform. You don't even know why I'm telling them they need to stop. I already told them this, 5 times, or whatever. And she was like, just going back and forth, like, whatever you mean, I don't give a fuck. You getting mad at me because I call you mean, and you a grown ass man. What the fuck? She was just like, yo, why you making a big deal? Cause I call you mean. She was basically saying like, yo, you a pussy for getting mad at me because I said you was mean. Like, relax. First of all, when it comes to podcasting, I just want to give a little background. The mics, they are extremely sensitive. They're gonna pick up everything in its directional path. I don't care what it is. They're gonna hear it. You know what I mean? He had like about 6, 7 different mics up there. All the mics are plugged into one interface when it comes to podcasting. So that means there's 6 different audios that's going into one audio track that cannot be separated in the editing process. So, just to make sure it's clear to everyone that maybe not have much information or have much knowledge of, editing and podcasting, that means if I'm talking and I got talking to someone about something, and then one of the other members or personnel is having a sidebar conversation and in front of another mic, we're going to hear everything. You're going to hear me talking, you can hear them talking, and it's going to be everything just convoluted. Like we're just not going to go nowhere. And, if you a host, you want to make sure you have some type of rule, some type of order to make sure things are, sounding right. Because you don't want to lose your audience. Because trust and believe me, you will lose your audience if they can't hear what's going on. Like podcasts is mainly hearing. These days we got video to go along with it. That's an added piece to it. But most podcasts, a lot of people just put in their headsets, be on the road, driving, listening. So, they're not going to be able to understand what's going on if it's a whole different sidebar conversation happening. And you got your main dialogue that's supposed to be going on at the same time. And he can't do nothing to fix that in the editing process. So I got that. But one other thing that stuck out to me, the third thing that stuck out to me was actually from the lady's point of view that was there. He was saying that at the end, after Asian Doll left, he was like, I don't even know her. I don't give a fuck. And to be honest, I didn't know who Asian Doll was either till now. To keep it real. Like, can someone be wrong for not knowing who somebody is? That don't make sense. But I heard one of the ladies say when he said, I don't know who the fuck she is. She was like, you don't know who she is? You're like, no. She was like, that's King Von's girl. And he was like, I know who King Von is. And if you guys don't know, King Von is someone that was he was a rapper. He was recently murdered. And then her reply was, well, you know who King Von is. You should know who his girl is.
I don't even know who she is, so I don't care.
That's King Von girl. Like, you know who King Von is?
No, I know who King Von is, but
Okay,
I mean,
you should know who his girl is.
I don't have to know who his girl is.
It's
I mean,
King
if you're a
Von
real
because,
fan,
like,
to be honest.
hold on.
What? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Because I know who Kevin Durant is. I should know who his girlfriend is? That's foolish. Like, come on, man, think about it. And also, if a woman has that type of mindset, most likely, she dealing with those ball players, she dealing with those actors, she dealing with the ballers. She's dealing with them to try to gain her own notoriety and clout for dealing with them. If someone has that mindset, that's the only reason they in it for. Because if she automatically feel like you should know who some man girlfriend is, like, why do I give a fuck who his girlfriend is? I might know the wife, maybe, but shit, I really don't care about who their wife is either. If I'm a fan of you, I'm a fan of you. Give a damn who your wife is? So if a female got a mindset like that, you better think twice. Think twice, fellas. Especially if you in the in a upper echelon when it comes to financially. Because we all the same when it comes to being human, but when it comes to financially, you in that upper echelon. Hey yo, all she wants is your bread. All she wants is that clout. And she got that mindset talking about I should know who she is because I know who her man is. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, man. Like, if you got a coworker, you know who their significant other is? No. It's the same thing for these people in the industry. I don't give a damn who they dating. Like, she tripping. She tripping. So y'all understand, like, look deep in these mindset when people say certain things. It's not just surface. It's some shit you got to really think about. Because it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy out here. It's been like that. But, we got an opportunity to really monitor a lot of stuff right now since everything's recorded, all these phones out. Yeah, but that was crazy. But, like, to go ahead and wrap this thing up, I get the first part. Like, yo, you come on the podcast, you got to understand everything's being picked up at the same time. We can't have a whole bunch of conversation, like a whole circus going on at once. We got to take things one step at a time. One person speaking at a time and one subject going at one time. You can't have a subject going on here between two people and then number 3 and 4 having a total different conversation in front of the mic. Come on. That don't make sense. No one's going to understand what's going on. It's too much going on at once. And then he told old girl she can leave because she didn't catch what was going on. I can respect that too. That's his platform. You feel like he's being disrespected, she can leave. But when it came to that part about him saying, I can understand a preference. Everybody had their preference. Cool. Respect. But when it comes to you putting a stereotype, throwing a blanket over a whole group of a whole race, most of a whole race, making statements that are completely false, just discrediting all the great Black women that's out there. Like, yo, like, you're not thinking. It don't make sense. It's like there's some self-hate there. Something. And it came from a place of pain. I can see his pain. I can tell his pain. We can hear that it's pain. And you need to deal with that, bro. You need to deal with that. And maybe it was meant for this to happen before. It ain't over yet. All these type of things is a moment. You might be able to still bounce back from this, but you need to do some work. We need to have some self-reflection. We can't be afraid to look at ourselves. Because, my brother, I feel like that's what you need, some self-reflection. Some therapy or something. Because you got some pain there, bro. Some things you ain't dealt with yet. Both of y'all. Y'all ain't dealt with that yet. Your preference can still be other races, but your reasoning behind it, there's something that's real off with that. And if you can't tell that, you have an altered perspective and you need some enlightenment. You need some enlightenment, brother. For real, for real. And thirdly, when it comes to that, just be careful with these ladies' mindset, man. Hey, men too. Like, like ladies be aware of men with that type of mindset. He just trying to date you to try to get some notoriety. It's more popular with women though, to keep it real. Let's keep it real. She thinking that everybody should know her because she dating a celebrity. Oh, so you basically just dated this dude to try to get some clout because you ain't had none first. Hey, and then sometimes ladies with clout, they do it to try to get more clout. It's crazy. But it shouldn't be those superficial shit. You want some real shit. Someone want to rock with you just because it's you. That's what you need. That's going to be the longevity. All the other shit ain't going to last at all. But until the next time, man, you guys holding down. Don't let it hold you. Peace.
The Highest Point Podcast.